One thing happens when the mind is stilled, clarity comes. A foggy weather does not allow us to see through the fog what is in front of us. So also a foggy, clouded, frosted mind cannot allow us to see what we should do tomorrow, how we should react. Should we react or respond? Most of us react. We don't respond. Response needs awareness. Reaction needs no awareness. You said something and I felt it's wrong. Instantly I tell you, you are wrong, sorry. And I hit you back. That is reaction. But that doesn't solve any problem. Rather, it intensifies and aggravates the problem. Reverse, if I am practicing mindfulness day in, day out, one thing will happen. If I'm practicing meditation every day, even for 10 minutes, forget about 10 minutes, for 10 seconds, take cat naps of 10 seconds. I'll call it cat naps. Close your eyes, unplug, plug in, just for 10 seconds. Come out and face the world. It'll be a difference. Just unplug and plug yourself into your breath. Breathe consciously for 5, 10, 20 seconds and you find there's a change. Emotionally, you are very upset. You do not know what to do. You are in panic, disturbed, frustrated. What do? Still go on feeding the frustration with more words of frustrations? You are reprogramming yourself into deadly selves. The only thing is that withdraw from there. The consciousness has to be shifted from those thoughts into your breath. Because breath is magical. Breath is magical. The magic of breath has been the one thing that the yogis of our land had discovered millenniums back. And even today, the world accepts it as the way to live. To be conscious of the breath is to be conscious of the mind. Because mind rides on breath. Mind rides on breath. If you want to control the mind, I'm sorry, it will be difficult. But if you want to really manage to just put your mind towards the breath, it stills down. It is easier to bring your mind to stillness through the breath than mind to mind. So my humble suggestion is this, that in the positions of your leadership, you could be a father, you could be a mother, you could be a sister, you could be anything in this world, but everywhere is a question of leadership. Wherever you are showing the other person one characteristic trait by which you are one up, then you are definitely taking something towards a leadership position. Like if today Harveen has been one who had this vision that the women of the world has to unite together and then wake up. Wake up to what? That inner Shakti, that inner potential power, which is infinitely powerful. If we all can unite, there is going to be a change in the whole world because women are essentially the very essence of Shakti. The female principle, the mother. We are all born of the mother. And one thing is very sure, no one can take the position of the mother. She's one without the second. So, yes, if we want conscious management, if we want mindful leadership, and if we want any change in the family level, individual level, societal level, national level, global level, we have to start in our individual level first. I have to start with myself. And I have told you, years back, I went to the villages and started working with the women. And they are all united today. They don't depend on anybody else. Those women who said they don't even have 10 rupees with them to save, today they have lakhs. In Indian money we call lakhs, means 100,000s in the bank, in their own deposits. Lakhs and lakhs and hundreds of thousands of rupees in their particular bank deposits. They have that. They have grown this over a period of time. And that's exactly what is the teaching that we want to share with the rest of the world. That each one of us have certain qualities, certain assets, certain things deep embedded inside of us. Only thing is that we are forgetful about it. Only thing is that we don't look at it. We don't explore it. We don't expose it. As a result, we keep talking about the lack and lacunas. So maybe we need to change our words. Maybe we need to change our thoughts. Maybe we need to change our beliefs. Because the world today has come to this understanding. Your thoughts and your belief can change everything. Your thoughts and your beliefs can change everything. Change you and change everybody around you. Only your thoughts has to be understood not as thoughts, but thoughts as vibrations. Either it will have a negative vibration or it will have a positive vibration. But every thought is not to be taken casually. Every thought has its own energy. Every thought has its own vibration. And every thought has its own frequencies. And let us always understand this fact. Every such energy has a matching energy. Every such vibration has a matching vibration. Every such frequency has a matching frequency. Like that, positive thoughts connects to all positive fields of knowledge, wisdom, and all that is good in this universe. Accordingly, we are instantly being flooded with good ideas, thoughts, and concepts, and become good leaders wherever we are. We have a different body language. You'll find those people who are continuously worrying and in full of tensions, their faces are so stressed out. And you look at those people who always leave everything to the universal forces. I'm fine, I'm just a channel. I'm not doing anything. Things are being done through me. This mindful statement makes a lot of difference. And I only believe that we, each individual, all of you, each individual, we can make a huge difference in life, provided we become day-to-day, small little chores, transferred into tools of transformation of our life. Thank you. Please, I'm sorry, I've taken too much time.
Hello. So going back to some examples, I'm going to tag right behind where he left off and where I also left off. Can you raise your hand if you can think of a person that has influenced your life, that has touched you positively, that has basically become a mentor, life coach, but you haven't designated them that title formally? Something about them, something you admire about them. Think about this and raise your hand if you want to share the characteristic of that person. That you, okay.
Oh, I don't need that, I suppose. Do I?
No.
Great. Well, Calcutta. I'll share an example which touched, moved, and inspired me. In Calcutta, he said there's abject poverty. Yes, it is. But there is an abundance in the poverty also. There are some people who live in abundance while being a pauper. And I was touched, moved, and inspired by that person. There's a place known as Tollygunj, right? There's a beggar there. The guy begs. The beggar begs. We all know that, yeah. Right? And in place, he has his own designated places where he goes to beg. Calcutta being a rice-eating population there, so he takes rice from those houses. And he keeps what he can consume for that day with himself, and rest he sells in the market. Right, listen to that.
Enterprising back.
No. There's something much more than this.
Yeah.
Today in Calcutta, there are 3 schools he's running where 600 students are taught free of cost. Now, if a beggar can have that vision, what about me? So, I belong to a very blessed state, which is known as commercially success, but intellectually nonsense. We are all commercially very successful, but as wisdom, we don't understand the word W itself. Forget about wisdom. So, for me, that's a pilgrimage. To go to his shanty, that's what they say in Calcutta, right? He makes a cup of tea with his own hands, and surely it's not a beautiful tea. It's not hygienic. It doesn't come in good sauces, but that is pure nectar. When I feel blessed, when he teaches me what I didn't know, that's consciousness. That's celebration, sir. You don't need to go to temples. You don't need to go to any mosques or these holy places. You go to these guys, they're living legends. That's what inspired me. Thank you.
That's a very good story, and it's actually close to what I was going to talk to you guys about today. A lot of times we think When we work in an organization, the leader is going to set the direction for me. The leader is going to tell me what's right. The leader is going to tell me what I am obligated to do. Forget about those, the legal professional requirements that everybody is supposed to operate by in every organization, in whatever job you have. Everybody has a gift. Everybody has a talent. When your company hired you, when your husband married you, when you had your children, there was something about you that you were supposed to bring to those relationships. The minute you tell yourself, somebody is going to tell me when I'm supposed to do the right stuff, or when this is supposed to be morally painful, or when I'm supposed to turn away, then you're telling yourself that you have turned something off inside of yourself, enough for you not to actually feel those things in the first place. So the example that he gave, the beggar has something in them that was irking them so much that they had to go beg. Just think about what somebody thinks about in their mind for them to stand somewhere and beg. Go past that, and then you got the money or you got the rise, and then you take it, use what you need, and then you sell the rest for something else. So taking it back to your life, your job, you're in a workplace. I'm going to share an example. There's a person who was supposed to be making a decision and then taking the report, going out to the field, collecting information, and then giving a presentation to their boss, or then maybe make a presentation to the board. When you take something from the findings from the field because you want to censor it for your boss, and you want to censor it for the ones who need to actually make the decision, and then you don't give them that decision, then you took a part of yourself that is part of the equation, the formula, and then once you take away that equation or that formula, then the solution is not going to be complete because you removed a piece of the puzzle. So if you sit in a room where you're making a presentation and this presentation is diluted so that way your boss doesn't get upset, so that your boss's boss doesn't get upset, and then so that your department gets saved and the numbers look really good and you fluff it, we all know what I'm talking about. That minute you do that, you're saying that that part that I'm responsible for does not matter. That talent that I have to show my boss, to awake my boss, to awake my spouse, to awake my child, it's not necessary. It's not that important in this puzzle. So when I remove it, the other people's formula is enough for this whole thing to go on. That's basically what you just said. So don't feel like that field presentation that you're going to bring to your boss. Let your boss know, let it out gently, give it to them, show them